welcome back to my channel. I wanted to just make a video because the NHS and the adult social care, nobody seems to want to do their job. They seem to want to pass the responsibility to everybody else, and in the meantime, while people are fighting, I am suffering. So I'm desperate for an iron infusion. The low iron is causing all kinds of problems, including exacerbation of MS symptoms, perimenopause symptoms, ADHD symptoms, and obviously low iron has its own symptoms, which is why my nails are all brittle and so short and still breaking. And that's just one of them. Obviously another one is breathlessness, weakness. I could go on and on and on. So basically, I had a blood test on 11th of March, it's now 22nd of April, and that blood test confirmed the iron, but all that can be done is supplements given. So my GP has written to the haematology department, who gave iron transfusions, and they've refused it on the grounds that I am not anemic. So basically you want the symptoms to be worse than they are right now before anything can be done about it. But if the symptoms are any worse, I would be bedbound. I'm already housebound, but I would be bedbound and unable to get to any place to have an iron infusion even. So basically you want me to go away and die, and then you'll say, oh, it's too late, she's already dead, we can't do anything now. So I didn't want to make this video to rant and rave. I just wondered if this is unique to my experience or if anybody else has suffered the same things, because I think this is crazy. And if you hadn't experienced it, you wouldn't believe it. Like before I was ill, I always thought, oh, there'll always be somebody that helped me and aid me. And I found that a lot of these organisations say they can help, but when it actually comes to it, they don't. And so I want any comments on this post saying that this agency can help or this agency says it can help will just be deleted, because I don't have the time or the energy to argue with people and they don't know any better. And so I just wondered, obviously, if this is happening to anybody else, because you wouldn't believe it if you hadn't experienced it firsthand, or if a loved one had not experienced it. Like I said, when I was well, I always thought there would be somebody there to help me with school runs, with education, with my daughter wanting to do activities and so on and so on, and nobody has been able to help. Even the people that you think can help with that don't. And I don't think it's I think it's the stupid policies and procedures in place preventing them. So basically my MS nurse didn't help me at all, and when I complained about not having that help, the NHS thought the answer to that would be to discharge me from that service altogether. So now my only point of contact is my neurologist. Surprise, I can't get hold of her. And her secretary suggested a GP. When I've contacted my GP, they've been unable to help, like I said already. So off doing my own research, I know that neurologists need to be involved. So, but while the GP is saying, it's not my job, it's the job of the neurologist, and while the neurologist is saying, it's not my job, it's the job of the GP, I am in the middle, and it's my body, and it's me who's suffering. It's not the people that are arguing, saying it's not my job. And likewise, I have had social workers involved that have not been replaced, or the good ones have not been replaced, and the other one is not doing the job properly. And I've had to, so basically somebody from the fire service, and it's not his job at all, and he has gone over and above in this situation and has been told by his boss to stop, because basically he's helping too much. And in order to be able to help others and keep his job, he has had to stop. So he said he'll be as involved as he can be, but obviously he can't be as involved as he has been. So the people that do care can't do anything, and the people that don't care are in the positions to be able to help. So I'm just going around in a big circle and always finding myself back at square one. So I just wondered, because obviously that is so frustrating and it's not helping anything. It's making my mental health worse, which in turn makes physical symptoms worse, which then makes mental health worse, and we go round and round in a vicious circle. And so it's just a good thing that I know God, and that God can and has broken that circle. But if it was up to the people in this world and the people who don't believe in God, like, how bad and how wicked is everything? This whole world is basically, like, I've heard people say, going to hell in a handbasket. And I've heard so many preachers say that, and they are so right. It is. I never ever thought that I would see it, and I'm only 45. So I can't imagine what it's like for people in the 70s and 80s that actually knew of a world where people were polite. And I know, like, about 100 years ago, men didn't swear in front of women. You could leave your door unlocked. Everybody was so kind and nothing would happen, and you could actually take someone at their word. If they said something, their word was their bond and they meant it. Nowadays, you can't trust anything that anybody says. Nobody has any integrity, and people don't even know what it means, and people have no excellency, no customer service at all anywhere. Yeah, I was brought up, so I've always worked all my life, and now I'm ill and I need somebody to support me. Where is that? That is non-existent. And if I complain about that not being there, then I'm the bad one. I don't understand that at all. I do not understand anything that is happening. All I can assume is it's all just bad things, and that the people that are good, there are some good people, thank God, there are some good people. It's just finding them. And it really helps me to know that there is hope and there is goodness out there, although sometimes it doesn't feel like that at all. But there are good people, there is goodness, and there is hope. And as long as I can hold on to that, I feel so much better. And it's no wonder the Bible says, think on things that are good, because in this world you will have trouble. And I've experienced it so much. You wouldn't even believe. So, like I said, there's loads more to come. Loads more content, there's loads more going around in my head, there's loads more things happening. I just wondered if this can help anybody else at all. That is why I'm making this video. It is to help people. It's not just to rant and rave about things. It's genuinely to help somebody. If my experience is anybody else's, please get in touch, leave a comment or something, because like I said, if I can just help one person, I would be so happy with that. And I know I don't have a lot of subscribers because people don't want to hear the truth, and there's no benefit to anybody from this channel, so nobody's getting any benefit. So I know that it's going to be a small few that watch these videos. I'm aware of that. And that's another thing in this generation, in this world, is all me. What do I get from it? If I'm not making money, or if my reputation is not being built, then I don't want to know, basically. It's not helping me in any way, so why should I help someone else? Yeah, that is the attitude these days. That is the attitude that I keep coming across, and people are scared to say anything, because like what's happened to me, I complained about lack of care, and so I was taken off everything. And so I understand why people don't say anything, but I'm just not like that. I just have to speak and have to say something. I understand why people would lie and say I'm okay when they're not, because nothing happens anyway. So even if you tell the truth, you will just be punished for it. But I want to stand up for myself, and I want to stand up for others. I want to just be better so that I can study online. That's all I'm asking. I just want to be able to do my masters in social justice and help to change some of these ridiculous things that it's not common sense at all. Nobody has any common sense. I'd be surprised if people have even heard of it. That's why I'm so glad that I'm from that generation, that we didn't have social media whilst we were growing up. I feel sorry for anybody that doesn't have a parents, because at least my daughter, I'm from that generation, and so I can tell her that social media is not real. It does not give us our news. People that rely on it are just, they're just feeding themselves nonsense, basically. So I better go anyway before I say anymore, and I will see you next time. Bye.